Hey Jay, I've been thinking a lot about the concept of arranged marriage and love marriage lately. It's such a fascinating topic, don't you think?
Absolutely, Leela. It's interesting how different cultures approach marriage in various ways. What sparked your interest in this?
Well, I was chatting with my grandmother the other day, and she was reminiscing about her arranged marriage. It got me thinking about the pros and cons of arranged marriages compared to love marriages.
That's intriguing. I've always found the idea of arranged marriages a bit foreign, coming from a culture where love marriages are more common. What do you see as the advantages of arranged marriages?
Well, one thing my grandmother emphasized was the idea of compatibility. In arranged marriages, families often play a significant role in ensuring that the couple shares similar values, backgrounds, and goals. They believe it leads to a more stable and harmonious relationship.
That makes sense. In love marriages, it seems like compatibility is left more to chance. People meet, fall in love, and hope they're compatible in the long run. But there's something beautiful about the spontaneity of it all.
Absolutely, Jay. Love marriages offer the freedom to choose your partner based on personal feelings and emotions. It's all about finding that special connection, and I find that quite romantic.
I agree. There's something magical about falling in love and choosing to spend your life with someone because of that deep connection. But do you think love marriages lack the support system that often comes with arranged marriages?
That's a good point. Arranged marriages often involve the support and guidance of families, and sometimes that can be a strong foundation. But on the flip side, love marriages bring their own support system, the couple's friends and sometimes even the extended family who rally around them.
True, the support systems might differ, but both types of marriages have their unique strengths. I suppose it comes down to what works best for each individual and their cultural background.
Exactly. I don't think one is inherently better than the other. It's more about what suits the individuals involved. I mean, look at us. We're from different cultural backgrounds, and our perspectives on this are likely shaped by that.
You're right. Cultural influences play a massive role in shaping our views on marriage. It's fascinating how these traditions evolve over time.
Definitely. I think what matters most is that the couple is happy and fulfilled in their relationship, regardless of whether it's arranged or based on love.
Well said, Leela. At the end of the day, it's about finding happiness and companionship, no matter how you get there.
Absolutely, Jay. And that's what makes the topic of marriage so endlessly interesting and worth discussing.
Hey Geetha, I've been thinking a lot about our upcoming wedding lately. It's such an exciting and meaningful time for us.
Absolutely, Jaren. I can't believe it's just a few months away. How are you feeling about everything?
Honestly, a mix of excitement and nerves. I mean, it's not just about the wedding day, but about the life we're building together. Does that make sense?
Completely. I feel the same way. It's like this blend of joy and anticipation, but there's also this responsibility and commitment that comes with it. Have you thought about what kind of ceremony you want?
Yeah, I've been looking into it. I want it to be a celebration of our love and commitment to each other, surrounded by our closest friends and family. I think a small, intimate ceremony would be perfect.
That sounds wonderful. I agree. Keeping it intimate makes it more personal. Have you faced any challenges or concerns while planning?
Well, you know how some people might not fully understand or accept same-sex marriages. I've had a few awkward conversations with distant relatives. It's a bit disheartening, but I'm focusing on the love and support we have.
It's unfortunate, but unfortunately, it's something we might encounter. I'm proud of us for staying true to ourselves despite external opinions. Have you thought about any symbolic rituals or traditions for the ceremony?
I love the idea of creating our own traditions. Maybe something that reflects both of our cultures and personal values. I was thinking about incorporating elements from both our backgrounds, making it a true reflection of our union.
I love that idea, Jaren. It's essential to infuse our cultures into the ceremony. It not only honors our families, but also makes the day even more special and unique to us.
And what about you, Geetha? How have you been dealing with the whole wedding planning process?
Honestly, it's been a roller coaster. There is the excitement, of course, but also the stress of coordinating everything. I want it to be perfect, you know. And then there's the whole societal expectation of what a wedding should be.
I totally get that. It's like we're not just planning a wedding, we're challenging norms and paving the way for acceptance. It's a lot to take in.
But you know what, Jaren? Despite the challenges, I wouldn't want to go through this with anyone else. It's a journey, and I'm glad I'm on it with you.
That means the world to me, Geetha. It might not be the easiest path, but it's definitely the right one for us. I can't wait to officially start this chapter of our lives together.
Me neither, Jaren. Let's face whatever comes our way hand in hand. Our love is stronger than any judgment or adversity.
Hey Aparna, I've been reading a lot about child marriage lately, and it's quite alarming. What are your thoughts on it?
Hi Jacob. Yeah, it's a serious issue. I mean, it's hard to believe that in this day and age, some kids are being forced into marriage. It goes against everything we stand for in terms of human rights.
Absolutely. I was shocked to learn about the prevalence of child marriage in certain parts of the world. But you know, some argue that it's a cultural practice deeply ingrained in tradition. How do you respond to that?
I get that cultures are diverse, and traditions vary, but isn't the well-being of children a universal concern? I mean, we can't justify harming children in the name of tradition, can we?
Fair point. But some argue that economic factors play a significant role. In impoverished areas, families may see child marriage as a way to secure a better future for their children or to reduce the financial burden.
I understand the economic challenges, Jacob, but marrying off a child often leads to more harm than good. Early marriage denies them education and personal development opportunities. Don't you think investing in education would be a better long-term solution?
You're right. Education is crucial. But let's consider another perspective. In some societies, they believe early marriage protects girls from societal vices, providing them with a sense of security. What's your take on that?
I think it's a misplaced sense of security. Early marriage exposes girls to a different set of risks, such as health issues and domestic violence. Empowering them through education and awareness would be a more sustainable way to ensure their safety.
True, education can empower. But implementing change takes time, and in the meantime, some argue that imposing Western ideals on other cultures might not be the solution. How do we balance cultural sensitivity with the need for change?
It's a delicate balance, Jacob. I believe in respecting diverse cultures, but when a cultural practice harms individuals, especially children, it becomes a human rights issue. The key is engaging in dialogue, understanding local perspectives, and finding solutions collaboratively.
You make a compelling point. Changing attitudes and practices is a complex process. What can individuals like us do to contribute to the cause without imposing our values?
We can support organizations working on the ground, raise awareness, and participate in discussions like these. By fostering understanding and empathy, we can encourage communities to reevaluate harmful practices and find alternatives that prioritize the well-being of children.
That's a practical approach, Aparna. By engaging in open conversations, we can bridge the gap between different perspectives and work towards a future where every child can grow up in a safe and nurturing environment.
Exactly, Jacob. It might take time, but every small step counts in creating a world free from the shackles of child marriage.
You know, Shruti, I've been thinking about this whole age difference thing in marriages. Some people make such a big deal out of it, but I'm not sure why. What's your take on it?
It's an interesting topic, Salman. I believe that age is just a number, and what truly matters is the compatibility, understanding, and respect between the partners. As long as both individuals are on the same page regarding their goals, values, and priorities, the age difference shouldn't be a significant factor.
True, but society often has its own opinions about these things. Do you think societal norms play a role in influencing how people perceive age differences in marriages?
Absolutely, Salman. Society tends to set certain expectations and norms, but I think it's essential for individuals to challenge these norms if they genuinely believe in their relationship. Love and understanding should prevail over societal judgments. What matters most is the happiness and well-being of the couple.
But do you think there's an ideal age difference, Shruti? I mean, do you think there's a point where the age gap becomes too much to handle?
Well, every relationship is unique, and what works for one couple might not work for another. It's more about the emotional maturity and life experiences of the individuals involved. If they can communicate effectively, support each other, and grow together, the age difference becomes less relevant.
What about the challenges that might arise, especially when it comes to different life stages? For instance, if one partner is ready to settle down and start a family, while the other is still focused on their career or personal development.
That's a valid point, Salman. It's crucial for couples to have open and honest conversations about their future plans early on. Understanding each other's timelines and being willing to compromise is key. Flexibility and compromise can help bridge the gap between different life stages.
You make a lot of sense, Shruti. I guess, at the end of the day, it's all about love, understanding, and being willing to work through challenges together, regardless of age.
Exactly, Salman. Love knows no boundaries, and if two people are genuinely committed to making their relationship work, age should be the least of their concerns. It's about building a life together based on mutual respect and shared values. You know, Samir, I was thinking about the whole concept of living together without marriage. It's interesting how our generation is redefining traditional relationships.
Yeah, it's definitely a shift from what our parents and grandparents were used to. I think it's great that we have the freedom to choose the kind of relationship that works for us.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not like we're against marriage or anything. It's just that I feel like there is this societal pressure to follow a certain timeline, and we've chosen a different path.
True, and I love that we can be open about our choices. But, have you ever thought about how others perceive our decision?
Yeah, I have. I mean, there are always those raised eyebrows and awkward questions from relatives during family gatherings. But, I guess it's part of breaking away from societal norms.
Yeah, the family dinners are always interesting. But seriously, do you ever feel like we're missing out on something by not having a traditional marriage?
Sometimes, I do wonder about that. Like, the whole ceremony, the vows, and the celebration. But then I think about what really matters, our love, commitment, and the life we're building together.
Exactly. It's not about the label. It's about us and our connection. And hey, we can always throw a big party someday if we feel like celebrating.
True, a party without the pressure. But seriously, do you think our decision has affected our relationship in any way?
I think if anything, it's made us more intentional about our commitment. Without the societal expectations, we've had to define what our relationship means to us and what we want from it.
I agree. It's forced us to communicate, set goals, and build a life together without a traditional roadmap.
And speaking of goals, have you thought about our future? Like, where do you see us in 5 years?
Well, I see us continuing to grow together, maybe exploring new places, and who knows, maybe even starting a family. The beauty is, we get to decide our own path.
I love that about us. We're creating our own story, and it's one that feels right for both of us.
Definitely. As long as we're happy and true to ourselves, that's what matters most.
As Rahana and Samir continue their conversation, they embrace the unique journey they've chosen, cherishing the freedom to define their relationship on their own terms.